And welcome to another episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on Phillips Media. I'm Taylor Phillips. Today is just a minute. Let me edit this goddamn shit. All right. Welcome to the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on Phillips Media for March 28, 2022. I'm Taylor Phillips. Follow the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on Twitter at Michigan_truth and like it on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. So what we're going to talk about here is the Red Wings and their status and their fans clamoring for Jeff Blashill to get fired, and I don't blame them. It's pretty simple, really. The Red Wings have been giving up way too many goals per game as of late, losing games as a result, and it's absolutely due to lack of coaching. And it starts at the top, of course, with head coach Jeff Blashill. And fans over and over and over again have demanded for Jeff Blashill to get fired, and I think he should. No bones about it. But here's the problem. The Ilitch family is still too loyal to Jeff Blashill. They really are, especially the head owner of the Red Wings and Tigers, Chris Ilitch. And Marian Ilitch is still alive. I'm not sure how she's doing in terms of her health, but she's still alive. And as long as she's still alive, Chris Ilitch has her full support in owning full 100% control of the Tigers and Red Wings. And the Ilitches apparently are too loyal to Jeff Blashill. They really are, and they don't care much about this, about the Tigers and Red Wings. It just doesn't make it. That's the part that doesn't really make any sense. How could the Ilitch family, especially Chris, be loyal to head coach Jeff Blashill just because he's from Detroit and not care about the Red Wings that much? That makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense. The Ilitches are way too busy with their other businesses, such as Little Caesars and whatever else. They leave too many empty parking lots on their properties. That's why Chris Ilitch is named the parking lot king. Chris Ilitch, ever since Mike Ilitch passed away in 2017, the rest of the Ilitch family has lost so much interest. And by the way, we just reached exactly 1,600 viewers on my last interview with Jeff Moss. By the way, I wanted to give Jeff Moss a shout out and his dog Marlo. All right. Now I'm going to retweet this a bit later on. So the Red Wings again. Let me look up their schedule right now. Um, yes, they lost 9-2 on March 8th to the Arizona Coyotes. They lost 6-5 to the Minnesota Wild, 7-5 to the Edmonton Oilers back on March 15th at Rogers Place in Edmonton. 10-7 to the Toronto Maple Leafs on February 26th. 8-5 to the Chicago Blackhawks on January 26th. 7-4 to the Maple Leafs at home on January 29th. Six to 5 to the Minnesota Wild in a shootout, like I mentioned before, on March 10th. And then just yesterday, 11-2 to the Pittsburgh Penguins at PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh in a game where Genny Malkin scored a hat trick. And the Red Wings have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games left in their regular season. And right now, I read the standings. They have a goal differential of -64. -64 right now. They have 60 points, 26, 32, and 8, which is not exactly a terrible record, considering the Red Wings were making an earlier run through the first half of the season. But since then, they have absolutely declined, and they've given up more points per game as of late. 60 points, fifth place in the Eastern Conference wildcard standings. The Washington Capitals have that second wildcard spot still. 84 points compared to the Detroit Red Wings 60. That's a 24-point margin right there. Sandwiched in between the Wings and Caps, the Columbus Blue Jackets, 32, 29, and 5 with 69 points. And the New York Islanders, 28, 27, and 9 with 65 points. So the Capitals are 15 points ahead of the Blue Jacket, third place Blue Jackets, and 19 points ahead of the fourth place Islanders, and 24 ahead of the fifth place Red Wings. So apparently, all these teams that are out of the two wildcard spots, including the Red Wings themselves, are apparently all eliminated from playoff contention. So you can tell the Red Wings have already been done since the middle of February, or probably the end of February. And the Red Wings' next game is not until Wednesday, when they take on the New York Rangers at Little Caesars Arena Wednesday at 7:30 on TNT. Hopefully I keep my power. Hopefully my house keeps power after a winter storm watch very early Wednesday morning. But that being said, the Ilitches will never fire head coach Jeff Blashill because they are too loyal to him. They don't care about the rest of the franchise. They don't. They're just too loyal to Jeff Blashill just because he's from Detroit. Now, granted, Mike Ilitch led his family and the Red Wings to 4 Stanley Cups, 4, 97, 98, 2002, and 2008. But since they lost in 2009, they started to decline. And Ken Holland went berserk on such expensive long-term contracts with Jonathan Ericsson, Danny DeKeyser, Darren Helm, Justin Applecater, Jimmy Howard. Jeez, oh Pete. May I go on and on? You can watch Urinating Trees YouTube video. Nicholas Kronwall, one of the most highlighted. 7 years. Henrik Zetterberg. My God. But Mike Ilitch's health was declining, and he finally passed away in 2017. Since then, Chris Ilitch took control. But since Mike's health decline, Chris Ilitch started taking more control. And then after Mike died, Chris Ilitch took full control. Well, kind of. Marian Ilitch still alive behind Chris Ilitch's back. When will the Ilitches sell the Red Wings? When? Only time will tell. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's got to happen sometime. We're not screwing around either. I know fans are not screwing around. Fans are not screwing around. They're not happy with Jeff Blashill. Some fans don't realize. Some of the fans that clamor for that don't realize that the Ilitches are behind this. Heck, the Ilitches might force Steve Yzerman, their general manager, to re-sign Jeff Blashill. Now, Blashill does have 1 year left on his second 2-year contract extension that Yzerman signed after Blashill's first 2-year contract extension with signed by Ken Holland before Holland was fired by Chris Ilitch in the 2019 offseason for the Red Wings, particularly as the rest of the Stanley Cup playoffs continued on in May. Some kind of spring that was, huh? That was a highlight. That was a big highlighter of a move by Chris Ilitch. But he didn't make the firing public. He presented this headline of signing to a multi-year contract extension as senior vice president, while hiring Steve Yzerman as executive vice president and general manager of the Wings. And that's saying something. Chris Ilitch wanted to keep it positive with the media, with the Detroit sports media, because they didn't want to, like, because they're too afraid of all the negative news that, or probably just whatever, that they're afraid of the truth that actually hurts them and not us. We are willing to take it. Again, 9-2 to one of the worst teams in the NHL, the Arizona Coyotes. 11-2 to the Pittsburgh Penguins yesterday at PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. This is just getting worse and worse and worse. I'll bet. And the Red Wings, yeah, they return home, but this is just on paper. They're taking on the New York Rangers. The New York Rangers 42-19-5. Wow. On paper, I would predict 8-2 Rangers. So if my house still has power, I may do a live game day reaction video on the Red Wings Rangers game at Little Caesars Arena. And to do that, I have to watch the game on TNT. So Jeff Blashill won't be fired unless the Ilitches sell the team. There's too much loyalty going on between Blashill and the Ilitch family, especially with Chris Ilitch. It's just a one-person loyalty type of thing. Just Chris and Jeff. And they're forcing Steve Yzerman into this. Chris Ilitch is pulling all the marionette strings of Steve Yzerman. And of course, other than the Ken Holland firing, Chris Ilitch doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. So that's all I have to say here for tonight. So that has been the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast for March 28, 2022. I'm Taylor Phillips. Follow the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on Twitter at Michigan_Truth and like it on Facebook and subscribe to its YouTube channel. TTFN, Talk for now, power of the people, hit them with a high and we rest our case. Stay out of trouble.